Hello again. I've got Lyn back and she's going to show me her chicken tray bake. Tell me about it, Lyn.
Yeah, it's just a really simple, easy tea. I do it quite often at home. It means my husband gets all his vegetables in because he doesn't eat a lot of them otherwise. And it's just easy. It's all in one tray. It goes in the oven. You don't have to worry about it. And it's just so tasty when it comes out. I really enjoy this dinner.
Sounds good to me. So what's he doing now? He used to be involved in Navy boxing, didn't he? Army boxing.
Yeah, army boxing, yeah, because he was an army PTI. He did his 25 years in the army and then he left and he did a variety of jobs, including working for Hampshire Police. He was then the national boxing coach for 7 years. You know, all boxers for England.
Wow.
And then he's retired, but he still does a bit of consultancy work. So he's here, there, everywhere, goes off with the army doing courses, and or other times he's at home under my feet.
So how's it been being married to somebody in the army?
Well, I just remind him daily that the Navy's the senior service, and that, you know,
Right.
he may have been a warrant officer in the army, but I was a chief wren in the Navy, and you know, we had senior service. So we've got a red onion,
Yep.
a yellow pepper, a red pepper, carrot, courgettes. Right, the first thing we're going to do is chop the potatoes up into smaller pieces.
I've got some boiling water over here for them.
And get the potatoes on. So I'll just chop the...
And are we blanching them or are we just fully cooking them?
No, just parboiling them.
Yep.
And these are Jersey Royals that I've got
posh
for today because they were on offer in the supermarket. So I thought, let's treat ourselves. Chop they all roast at the same kind of time. So we'll just put these in. So I'm just going to put some chicken seasoning on the chicken thighs, and I use thighs because they've got more flavour.
Yeah,
the breasts tend to dry out. It's a shop bought seasoning, but it's quite tasty. It's got quite a wide variety of herbs and spices in, so it gives it a nice flavour. So leave that now just to let that sink in a little bit.
Okay, what can I do?
Done. Right, we're going to chop up the red onion and the yellow and red pepper next. So if you want to chop those up first, so that we can then part fry those off.
So tell me what you're doing about the WRNS 100.
Well, I'm part of the WRNS 100 project group, and unfortunately I haven't been on it right from the start. I've come in it about a year after it was set up. But they're organising various events. We've just had the launch in Portsmouth Naval Base with the Princess Royal there, which was fabulous. She was on really good form that day. Our next big event is in July, and they're having a do at Greenwich with a tour of the Painted Hall and an afternoon tea, and then in November there's a dedication service at Portsmouth Cathedral. The project group have commissioned a stone to celebrate 100 years of the WRNS, and it's a beautiful, made out of Purbeck stone, and it has 4 caps on it, WRNS hats on it, from the very first hat from 1917 right through to today's modern hat. And there's an officer's hat, a tricorn, and you know, the sailor's hat. And
in stone?
In Purbeck stone.
That
and it's absolutely
wonderful.
Beautiful. And it's being installed in Portsmouth Cathedral in November.
Yes.
Which hopefully the Princess Royal will come to. We haven't had confirmation of that engagement yet. And then that's going to be followed by an afternoon tea in Portsmouth Guildhall for nearly 1,000 WRNS and former WRNS. So I'm just going to spray these vegetables that you've chopped up with a bit of fry light. This is the buttery fry light because it gives it a bit of flavour. And you can add as much as you want or whatever, but these are just now going to be fried off a little bit just to slightly soften them.
That sounds good. How could people find out about all these celebrations for the WRNS Centenary?
There's a Facebook page, WRNS 100, and the WRNS 100 have their own website as well. So anybody that's organising an event sends the details in, and there's a calendar on there with all the events on it, and it goes from, you know, a little tea party in someone's house for WRNS 100 to the biggest event, which is the event in November at Portsmouth Cathedral, and then at the Guildhall for the afternoon tea following it.
That sounds fun.
There's lots of different events. There's an afternoon tea in Collingwood in June.
Right.
But these events, as soon as they're publicised, they sell out. So if you're not on social media, you tend not to find out about them, which is quite sad.
It is because it means that lots of people like me, have no idea about what's been
Events
going
are going on.
No.
Yeah. I'm just going to spray the bottom of the pan
Yep.
with the oil. And I'm going to tip in the vegetables that we've part cooked. Just going to tip those in.
And the potatoes next?
Yeah, the potatoes will be next, which are just drained over the sides.
Yep.
We'll put those in. So we'll just give that a bit of a stir around.
So you're just loosely coating them with, with the oil?
I might spray a little bit more oil on top of the potatoes so that they go nice and brown. This is a fry light oil, so it's not bad oil for you.
There are other forms of spray oil available, aren't there?
Yeah, I was wondering about product placement. And that then goes in the oven for about 20 minutes before we put all the other ingredients in.
Let me open the oven for you.
Thank you.
Top shelf.
Top shelf. There you go. Lovely.
Okay. What are your best memories of the Navy?
Oh, the thing that stands out the most in my mind, I mean, I had a fabulous, I did my 22 years and then I was lucky I got career service, so, 24 years that I had lots of events, but the one that really stands out for me that I really enjoyed doing, and I worked at the Queen Mum's 90th birthday parade.
Oh, wow.
I volunteered for that, and it was a long day, but it was fabulous. But even better, I was one of 10 service personnel chosen to meet her afterwards at the party afterwards. So we had like a little mini audience with the Queen Mum.
Yes.
It was just amazing.
How old was she then?
90. It was for her 90th birthday.
Right.
Yeah. It was
not
fabulous.
too frail then?
No. She was on really good form. She really was. But then another thing I did when I was working with the Royal Marines, that was a great 3 years, that was working with those boys. I volunteered to be a casualty in an exercise. So I got whisked down to Royal Hospital Haslar when it was open, and I was made up as if I'd got a broken ankle.
Yes.
I was then taken by helicopter to Salisbury plane and just dumped. And when they then had to find me.
Yes.
And from there we were helicoptered out to a hospital ship in the Solent.
Yeah.
And when it was all over, they brought us back by landing craft to Browndown, where we had a big party. And that was just an amazing day. It lasted from about 6 in the morning till 10 at night. Amazing. It was a really good day. The Royal Marines know how to enjoy themselves. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Right, I'm just going to pour the rest of the vegetables into the pan.
Yep.
I'll add so we'll give that a stir round. Just put a little bit, I'll put a little bit more of the spray oil over them, although there is some in the pan. Add a little. And then what we'll do, we'll make some nice little indentations in all the veg, and we'll put the chicken.
This is your chicken, which has been...
So it's not marinating, but it's got this coating on.
And that's been on for... And is it skin on? Or skin
No, there's
off?
no skin, there's no bone, it's just pure meat.
Oh, right.
And the reason I use the thighs is because it is much more flavoursome. The chicken breasts tend to go dry in this dish.
Yes.
Because there isn't like a sauce with it. So you want to get as much flavour in as you can, and of course it's a bit Mediterranean. You'll get all the flavours of all the vegetables. Right, so we'll put this back in the oven.
There you go.
For about 25 minutes, 30 minutes, see how the chicken's going. We'll check it after 20 and see how the chicken's cooking. Okay. And that's it.
Well, that was easy, wasn't it?
Yeah, very easy.
This is Lyn's fabulous chicken tray bake, absolutely packed full of summer vegetables and that succulent chicken on top. Wonderful. All the recipes are on my website, www.bakingblind.com.